Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and we got a letter to the community from Lost Ark. There's a bunch of positive things coming to the game, and it seems like they're actually listening to the community, mostly in the West, as I believe some of the stuff hasn't even been brought up in Korea or whatever, but we will probably be pushing this stuff, and then Korea will get it, we'll get it. Just looks like a bunch of good stuff, all in the right direction. They're going to make entry level into raiding a lot easier for newer players. They're going to condense the tiers down into 2 tiers. I'm not sure how they're going to work with all that. But let's just read through it and we'll get through it all together. Before we get into it, if you guys go ahead and smash that sub and like button, I really appreciate every single one of you beautiful people. Let's try and get to 5k subs this year and see where that goes. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let's carry on with the video now, shall we? So, team update, letter to the community. Heroes of Augiesaint. Our teams at Amazon Games and Smelgate RPG met recently to discuss player feedback, share insight, and talk about the next steps of the Lost Ark in the West. The dust hasn't settled yet, and our teams have a lot of work on the horizons to materialize these conversations, but we wanted to share our thoughts and plans with you. We'd like to start off with a huge thank you from both our teams before we dive in. The love and dedication showed by so many while playing Lost Ark has been inspirational. While we're extraordinarily grateful to see the excitement around the recent updates, we understand that you are still experiencing inconveniences and pain points, aka honing. Oh wait, that wasn't in there, sorry. That was just coming out of my brain. Last year, our top priorities were introducing content into the western shores of Augiesaint at an appropriate cadence to avoid burnout, working to pull forward quality of life changes, and waging the war on bots. Yep, the androids are taking over, man. Now our goal is to continually improve Lost Ark experience while layering in exciting content that has yet to arrive. Many updates and changes are required to achieve this goal, and that's only half of it. To constantly work on creating better game, we need to listen to our player base and ensure that you feel heard, so we can build a better game together. We recognize that we've fallen short of accomplishing our desired relationship, like the game itself. Our current goal is to continue to grow, improve, and foster a better connection. Alright, as we work to set the best goals for the rest of 2023 and beyond, you'll find some of our thoughts and plans below. These are focused on areas of player feedback and directional goals, not content coming to Augiesaint over the coming months. While you might still find 1 or 2 spoilers, we'll be following up with a 2023 roadmap part 2 next week to share those plans. So next week we'll get the content that's coming, and I'll be covering that as well, so stay tuned to the channel for that. But this is really just a letter to us and like feedback and changes that they want to bring into the game over the long run, I guess. So, war against the bots. I was fishing today this morning. I woke up, had some coffee. I was just like really chill mood. I chose peace today when I woke up. I sat there and I went to go fishing a little bit, and there was bots just sitting there throwing their fishing line like every 2 seconds. The bots are still there, but they are definitely a lot less than what they used to be. So good work with this. Our top priority is, let's just skim through this one a little bit. We have banned millions of bot accounts in an ongoing effort, but it appears they reduce still pose a risk inflation while we continue to take strong action against RMT. Not strong enough in my opinion. And bots are so easy to ban. Like, literally just go to a fishing spot in Buniga. Ban all the people there freaking spamming the sorks with the weird names. Go to, there's a couple of other islands as well. Amazon Island or Atlas Island. There's a lot of bots there. Just go there and ban them straight up. But they are working on it, so I guess it can't be that simple, but yeah. With new measures and constant ban waves, our changes have led to 55 billion bot gold removed from the game and a 99% decrease in bots. Woo! 55 billion. I wish I seen some of that gold, but holy moly, that's a lot of gold banned from bots and RMTs and everything that works together. Opening the gates to new players. Thankfully, we still have new players embarking on their first adventure in Augiesaint every day. However, our version's vertical content update blah 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 to address, we will cut down on unnecessary content exhausting new and returning players, starting with low tier improvements. In order to join Legion Rage, 4 gear progression steps are currently required. Tier 1 301, 2 802, 3 1302, and 3 1340. This is the relic set over there. I believe that goes up to 1490. That's the one they're talking about there. So then after that, there's still the ancient as well after the relic, but it is what it is. Too many honing steps are overwhelming new and casual players alike. Having repetitive gear progression seems unnecessary, so we plan to integrate them into 2 tiers. How they're gonna do this, I have no idea. Maybe they'll put like tier 1 and 2 into a tier, so that'll be like tier 1, And then tier 2 will be our current tier 3 that we know would like just be straight to this. So maybe it'll be like 802 is the maximum tier 1, and then 1340 is the tier 3, so to say, or tier 2 from then onwards. No idea how they're going to integrate this. Will be really interesting to see next week what they plan on all this, if it actually going to come next week. So we'll see how that all goes, but pretty interesting. Not sure how it's going to work, but yeah. Guardian, First Time Clear, and Tower Rewards will be enhanced to be on par with the integration, so players will not have to play each tier's content multiple times. Interesting. So you don't have to do Tower on your alts or Guardians. I'm not sure how that all works, but we'll see. Anyway, horizontal content improvements. So far we've been focusing mainly on improving and alleviating honing difficulties. However, new players are also suffering from collecting horizontal content. Nobody does horizontal. It's really boring. We only do it because we have to, for skill points, ruins, whatever else there is. To improve the experience, we plan to make collecting ruins, tripods, cards, gems easier for everyone. I like that part over there. Cards is my least favorite system in the whole game. I absolutely can't stand the card system. But so hopefully they're making that easier. It will be nice over there. To reveal some of the things we have in mind now, new uncommon ruins will be added in the early progression period to help players acquire and use ruins more easily. Okay, that's pretty cool. The new deep dive and you have a plan set. Collecting difficulty will be improved, and card XP needed to complete the sets will be provided. Nice. I almost have level 30 on deep dive, and you have a plan. I think I'm like 2 or 3 cards away from having that at 30 as well for my support. So alt progression improvements, as you probably know, we introduced the silver honing system, and the March expanded will come with next class launch. The expanded silver honing system will come with the next class launch. Okay, we know Aeromance is next, we don't know when. So does this mean that, because you know up to 1445 right now it actually just costs silver. They took out the gold cost, so my assumption from that is that 1460 will now also only cost silver, no more gold. But I mean there's such small amount of golds at that level anyway, but there is also less gold to be earned now with the Volton nerf and Argos nerf. So that should all just equal itself out if that's how I think it's all going to work. But let's read further. We also cut down the requirements for 2 most needed materials. Silver and honor shards. Okay, that's huge because honor shards is usually the bottleneck when you make a new character, is your honor shards over there. To make your progression easier looking forward, we are currently contemplating methods to improve the engraving gem setting difficulty for alts, and we'll let you know when we decide what we develop. Okay, so they're looking at changing engravings and gems. Not sure yet because it's in development or when they develop, but interesting all along. Engravings, I've never really been too fond of them. You always have to get all your engravings on your alts, like 5x3s and stuff. It's really expensive. But obviously it's gone down a lot now. But back in the day, I remember my gunslinger was like 500k or something for her 5x3, and my Sork was pretty cheap. But to even think of making an igniter Sork is probably at least 500k as well. That's a lot of gold for a new player trying to get a 500k. But anyway, quality of life updates. We recently made triport activation roster bound, so once triport, yeah, that is nice. For example, having to play through story quests after completing main character knowledge transfer, place skip. But due to many, it's difficult for actual new players to use. To address, we are working on alleviating restriction conditions. So I'm guessing alleviating restrictions on knowledge transfer for newer players. That could be cool, but knowledge transfer only really helps alts on newer players. So if you're a newer player going through the first time, you're gonna have to do it anyway. But you know, any improvement to make stuff easier, I am happy for that. And all for it. Improving battle item experience. While looking through various suggestions players have given us, we noticed there were issues with acquiring using battle items in earlier tiers. We rate this as a critical issue, and after discussing with developers, we plan to change the system to let players use battle items for free in early tier Guardian raids. We're aiming to implement this change before summer comes. Along with us providing battle items for free, we will add the guide to help players out with appropriate use of battle items. Thank you for your great suggestion. We are always open to more ideas. That is good and bad in some ways, because making battle items free, or like you can just use them, because have you ever done the Procol training? You can go into Procol, you can use your battle items, you set them onto your bar and you use them, but they don't actually consume them at all. So you get your 5 potions, 5 bombs, or 3 bombs, or whatever it is, and you can use them and they don't actually consume them like out of your inventory, but you can use them in the fight. So that's pretty cool for newer players to learn what battle item does what, like destruction, stagger, all that's corrosive, all those good things. But then once I get to like Guardian runs where it's not free, they're just going to be so used to being free. They're going to be like, oh no, they don't want to spend gold or whatever on this anyway. So they're just going to be like cheapos, more cheapos in the later Guardian raids. So that's what I think anyway. So yeah, it is what it is, you know. We'll have to see how that goes. I mean, I'm all for it being easier for new players, but don't bring cheapos into our later Guardian raids. Like Hanamatana right now is pretty annoying with people learning it and failing the counters and the destructions and everything. Overall, if everybody uses battle item, it's fine. But if they're all used to not using battle items, we bring El Cheapos into our Guardian Raidos. Don't want that. Anyway, this will take some time to develop, but we're hoping to prepare them by the end of summer or early fall, implement improvements, blah blah blah. Thank you for your patience. Cool, that's a cool picture over there. Player exhaustion, learning and dailies. Alright, learning, I don't really mind learning new stuff, but dailies, nobody likes dailies. Along with the content mentioned above, frequent content updates are leading to enhanced exhaustion and gatekeeping, making gameplay difficult for new and returning players. With dozens of patterns to memorize, burdens put on new players to simply learn to address, we are preparing the following updates. Argos Abyss Raid, and I did skim through this before on my own. They're pretty much going to make Argos a lot more accessible early on, so I'm guessing they're going to reduce the item level to get in, so it's going to be like a tier 2 thing maybe now. Oh well, the new tier 2 or whatever they're bringing down. It's just going to make entry easier, so earlier you can get into it, and also less patterns. So I mean, I can't remember Argos having many patterns, although I haven't done Argos at item level in a long time. But I do remember back, I might have a video on my channel of like week 1 Argos. I have to go see if I can find one. But yeah, I don't remember it being all that challenging in the first place, but as a newer player it might be a little bit overwhelming if they haven't played anything like this at all. So cool, I guess. But you know, that's all there is really over here. They don't say anything about dailies being reduced over here. This is all just literally Argos. They want players to experience it earlier, blah blah blah. Develop team also looking into applying similar changes to earlier Legion raids like Bolton and Vicus. Not worrying, not every wipe mechanic will be adjusted, considering that it has top tier endgame raids. So okay, so that part I didn't really read by myself, but Bolton and Vicus are going to be affected as well, or they're looking into it to applying that there. I guess that's cool for newer players, because Bolton, you know, everyone flies off on Ghost Phase the first time they get there, and Vicus with all of her stuff, she has a lot of raid wipe stuff. Make it a little bit easier where if one person messes up, it doesn't have to be a complete reset. That would be nice, because I don't actually like that part so much, because then if one person messes up, you're going to restart the whole run again, and that's pretty annoying until everybody gets it on point. So maybe for newer players that's more daunting, like knowing they can wipe the raid just from doing something they don't know. So pretty cool overall, but you know, it's nothing major there. I was hoping they would say dailies reduced, and I would be like, yes please, take everything, take my coffee, take it all. So moving on, with these changes we hope every player in Augiesaint can experience the fun of trying out endgame raids without too much stress, while simultaneously learning about the types of patterns and mechanics they can expect to see in the harder endgame content. Similarly, we know the community conversation around the dailies is a hot topic these days, and we're aware of the sense of discontent regarding Chaos Dungeon, Guardian Raids and Unastas. Currently these daily activities are critical for obtaining materials necessary for gear progression, and allow hardcore players to have something to earn every day. So reducing them is not a simple problem to tackle. We need more time to think about it, but we understand the repetitiveness of the content, and Smilegate is undergoing internal research and development to discuss resolutions. To help cut down on the grind in the meantime, we'll introduce the Ebony Cube, a new activity that combines Boss Rush and Dimensional Cube in May. What are we now? We're in April, so next month. That's cool. I have like 60 plus cube tickets on pretty much every single one of my alts, and probably at least 20 to 30 boss rush tickets. What I don't know is is it better to run those boss rushes now or just wait for the conversion. We'll have to do some research on that and figure that out. That's cool though, because I never do cube. I refuse to do cube. I only do cube by setting out my ships in my stronghold, so I never do cube. So that would be nice to actually do something that's a lot quicker and just put them both together. And the dailies, they said they'll work on it. I mean, the biggest thing for me with dailies, make us do one a day. One Chaos Dungeon, one Guardian Raid, one Una's task. Like, why 2 Chaos, 2 Guardian, 3 Unas? It's so much. And then on every single character. It's crazy. I would be okay with 6 Chaos Dungeons, 6 Guardian Raids, and 6 to 10 Unas per day. That's fine, but we have to literally do it twice every time. Like, make us do it once, but give us double rewards. same thing. Why do I have to just sit there and do it twice? So stupid. But anyway, that's the easiest fix I can think of over there for you guys. Alright, so that's quick and easy fix. Do that, move on. Content, cadence, and events. Players have experienced some questions, concerns, current content, color regardless, blah 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 blah. Item level, wait what? Item level? All constantly feel pressure to hit the next required item level. Related to the previously mentioned exhaustion and issues with new players that catch up. So FOMO pretty much. Our goal is to introduce content as fast as we can without having these problems occur. However, we know this is not satisfactory for players, therefore we promise that new classes at least will be updated as soon as possible. So that means I'm going to try and bring the new classes faster. New contents, continents and legion raids have to be updated in order. While classes don't have the same restriction, we're excited to share the next 4 months roadmap with you next week and hope that you feel heard when the content plan is revealed. Okay. Another piece of content we plan to integrate at faster speed heading forwards are in-game events. These events are our version of mostly being older events in Korea, which isn't ideal. Heading forward, our team at Amazon Games and Smilegate plan to introduce more events applied simultaneously across the versions, including events similar to the recent April Fool's event in Korea. Of course, some of them will be Western exclusives and some will take place at the same time as Korea. We are open to suggestions. So what I take from that, they're going to try and give us more events. More events is more honing materials. More honing materials means everyone's going to get caught up faster, so there'll be less FOMO, so they can bring out raids faster. Classes are going to come out a lot faster. Hopefully within the next 4 months we'll get Aeromancer, and what was the one after that? I believe Slayer was after Aeromancer, or was there another one that I don't know of? I think it's just Slayer and Aeromancer really. But yeah, it looks good. Classes come faster. Raids obviously have to come in order. Because imagine if they brought out a new raid every month. Everyone would go crazy for FOMO and they would probably just wail or quit. So I'm happy with the content releasing as it is, but the classes, bring the classes, like they don't change. It's not theoretically content, just helps us get those classes up sooner for said content later down the line. Like me, for example, I want to actually have Aeromancer in my top 6. So I'm going to have to start honing her from fresh and getting her up to 1490 and 1540. So that's a lot of materials and a lot of time going into her. So bring her out sooner. Let me, get on with it and then get ready for Arcane. Maybe she'll be Arcane ready, maybe not. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So looking forward, we still have a long way to go and understand that 1 letter isn't a magic band-aid or even a splendid elemental HP potion. I don't know what that is, Kappa. Well, we hope this letter becomes the first step in our road to more open communication and positive changes to the game. To thank you for the ongoing support and dedication to Lost Ark, we prepared a gift for all players that will be sent out alongside this letter. As a first time login reward, you'll find the following in your product inventory: Makoko skin selection chest, Makoko pet, Makoko board, battle item chest times 10, 1 million silver, 3 relic rapport, and 50 fions. Nice, free stuff is free stuff. These items can be claimed by anyone who logs in this game before May 19th. As we progress on to 2023 and beyond, our first priority is you, the players of Lost Ark. We plan to close the distance between you and our teams at Amazon Games and Smilegate by taking 1 step at a time to interact more with you. We'll see you again next week with the 2023 Roadmap Part 2, which has some exciting surprises. Thank you for the patience and dedication you have shown in the past year. We'll continually strive to exceed your expectations. Amazon and Smilegate. Smilegate for the Amazon. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I think it's a lot of good stuff coming. It's a step in the right direction. They're going to address, it seems like they're addressing everything we really mainly have issues with. Only thing now being, well, that's not even an issue, just the gold stuff. That all comes with bots and dailies and raids and everything tied together. So overall, it looks like they are somehow addressing everything slowly but surely. Oh, Mike's going crazy over there. So yeah, it's a good note, letter, whatever you want to call it. I'm excited to see where we go. Really looking forward to everything coming, especially the tier change. I'm interested in that, the tier having only 2 tiers. I want to see how that works. Really interested to figure that out. But check down below in the comments, what is your predictions? Will we get Slayer and Aeromancer before Arcane? Or do you guys think Slayer will come after Arcane? I'm pretty sure Aeromancer will come before Arcane, but I have no idea where Slayer is going to be. I think Aeromancer next month, and I think Slayer maybe in August, and maybe Arcane in September. So we'll see how that all goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please drop a like and a sub. Helps me out so much. I appreciate every single one of you beautiful people, and I'll catch you in the next one. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying